morning, everybody. Happy high vibe, honey. How's it going? 6 p.m. in Scotland. Michelle, good evening. Hi, everybody. And anyone watching a replay, welcome. I don't know what time it is, but I'm excited to be with you today. And I am really inspired this morning to talk about where the rubber meets the road and how often we talk about wanting things to be different, wanting to break patterns, wanting a different result in our lives. I mean, hands up if there's something that you want a different result around in your life. There's something that you're dissatisfied with. There's something that you'd like to shift. And we talk so much about it, but the only thing that is going to shift our results, there is a hair on my eyebrow, is actually doing something different every single day. And how many of us are guilty of wanting things to be different, but continuing to do the same old shit every single day? Is this ringing a bell with anybody? And so if you find yourself always doing the same thing over and over, you're like, why is my relationship working? And yet you continue to treat your partner in that same way, or whatever it is. Why for you are you not taking a different path? What is your reason for not changing the behavior? What is going on there for you guys? Okay, having enough hours in the day sometimes, I'm going to call bullshit on that. Because when things really matter, we make a space, we make a time for it, right? Like you guys are here, there's 132 of you, it's 10:06 on a Sunday morning. You didn't have to do this, but you've chosen to be here, right? So you've managed to prioritize this thing. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Resistance, laziness, familiarity, fear of past failures. Sometimes I don't even have a reason. I just don't change because it feels overwhelming or I overthink it. Overthinking, laziness, comfort, uncertainty, telling myself it won't make any difference sometimes. So I love this one, telling myself it won't make any difference. How many of you have seen the Stutz documentary, Stutz on Netflix? In this documentary, I'm like prescribing it as your homework if you haven't seen it. And if you've only seen it one time, my prescription is that you watch it a second time. The therapist talks about this piece of you that is the self-sabotaging piece. And we all have a piece of us that is the self-sabotager. It's called the part X of our mind, of our ego. And we all have a part X that tells us these various things that keep us from doing what we want to do. And the fear of it not making a difference, the feeling of hopelessness, that for whoever said that, that's your part X. And that piece of you is actually your enemy. That piece of you that self-sabotages, that says, don't bother, it's not going to do anything. That is your like enemy that needs to be worked on. And so just getting familiar with the story that comes up when we are resisting a change, this is the thing that you most need to work on. So whatever it is that you said, if it's fear of failure, so fear of failure would be the part of you that says you're always going to be a fucking loser. That is the part that you need to work on. Super important. And that's why tapping, yeah, just like Hillary's saying, that's why tapping works, because we can identify this thing that is holding us back and we can work on it. And here's something wild to note. You will always have this part X that resists the change, resists the thing that you want to do differently. It will always be there, but we can lessen it. We can wiggle it. We can learn ways to work around it so that we can actually get over that thing and do it anyway. And for me personally, my part X is the piece that goes, you're never gonna do this. It's never gonna happen. It's hopeless. That's the place that I go when I'm really struggling with something, is I go to the place of like, it's never gonna work. It's too big. It's an insurmountable challenge. There's no fucking way that you're gonna figure that out. And I have to notice that my mind is doing it and identify it and be like, aha, I fucking see you. I see you. And I'm not gonna let this piece of me keep me trapped in this spot. So it's really important that you notice that voice, the voice that's like, I don't know what to do. It's too hard. It's never going to work. Whatever that voice is, you have to notice it and be like, I got my fucking eye on you. Like it's a, little rodent in the house. You're like, I see you. You set traps. I know what's up. And yeah, Courtney says I practice listening to that voice when I work out. Yeah, so often working out is where we can start to overcome that voice in a new way too, where the body or the mind says, no, I'm exhausted. I can't do this. And you know that your body is capable of more. It's just that your brain's like, no, I don't want to go there. So that's what I want us to work on today, is identifying that piece and choosing to take action anyway. Because, my boyfriend and I were talking about this last night about a friend of ours who we love very dearly, and she just keeps dating the wrong guys all the fucking time. And she's like, yeah, but I'm in therapy and I love my therapist. It's like, and yet you keep making poor decisions. So is the therapy really fucking working? I don't think it is. You may feel like you're doing something, but the test is your behavior different? And if your behavior is not different, then what's it all worth? We need ways of changing our behavior, not just feeling like we're doing the work, which honestly can be a bit of a big wank fest. What use is the work if you're actually not changing anything? You might as well just watch TV all day and not pretend that you're into self-development. As Kelly says, stop talking about it and be about it. Yes, 1,000,000%. Love that. All right, so let's drink some water. Lizzie says, I'm a therapist and I 1,000,000% approve this message. And it is a process, right? You're taking a step every day, but I really just want you to start thinking about if there's and I said this to you guys last week at the end of High Vibe Honey, I said, if you really want to figure out how to succeed at something, think about all the things you could do to fuck that thing up, make a list of them, and then do the opposite. And so my question to you is, what piece of action are you taking every day? And if you don't know the answer because you're not taking action every day, then it's time for that to fucking change. Because your life is not going to change by you just thinking about it. And that is the fucking truth. It will only change when you start doing something different. And not just one time. This is about consistency. This is about every day doing something different. If your goal is to make your relationship more dynamic and more sexy, then you better do something dynamic and sexy every single day. If your goal is to find more clients or customers, then you better be out there talking to people, being interviewed on podcasts, writing a newsletter, encouraging your existing customers to share it with people that they know. Every day. And that may feel overwhelming right now, but after a while, it will just become part of what you do every single day. Is there anyone here who doubts that taking action every day is the way to make something change? And I want to just remind you that manifesting is mixing your beliefs and the metaphysical with the physical. It is not about sitting in your room and visualizing your way to $1 million. The visualization is great. It's starting to prime your nervous system. However, you still need to text the person, make the phone call, introduce yourself, shake the hand, kiss the baby. They have to work together in tandem. So now that I've said this, is anyone like, oh, is there an action that you know you need to be taking every day? Shelby's smiling, so I feel like she's like, yes, fuck. I would love to hear, what is the thing that you feel that you need to do every day? And you're like, oh. Because honestly, in life, it's the things that make you go, oh, that are actually going to make the difference. Go outside for a walk every day. Job search, exercise, post to IG stories, hit my step goals, show up, speak, planned out the night before, physiotherapy, daily manifestation list and post on Instagram, walking every day, tapping every day, work on my book every day. I love that. I mean, what a combo. Wow. Putting myself out there in public, revisions that my acquisition editor asked for, journaling, writing, yeah, IG posts. Love this. Love this. So we all know what we need to be doing, right? It's actually not a mystery. This is not like you need to get, Albert Einstein on the horn to figure it out. Like, you know. So let's do a little tapping on not resisting this thing anymore. Because it's not getting you closer to what you want. So why would you want to keep doing the thing that is not getting you closer to what you want? You are wasting your time. You're wasting your time. And you don't know how long you've got. So please don't. I actually think it's really interesting. Gary Vaynerchuk, who I love, is always telling people, you've got so much time. I think that's a wild message. You don't know that. Fucking start yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Honestly. So let's start. Actually, have another drink of water. Jenna says, let's rock this bitch. I love it. Jenna's ready. I love it. Okay. Let's start here on the side of the hand. Just repeat after me. I know what I need to do. It's not a mystery. I don't need to solve a riddle or go on some kind of quest to figure it out. I already know. I know what my next right action looks like. So why am I resisting it? What the fuck is going on? and that cute little head of mine. And it is a cute little head. Honestly, it is. It's so cute. I have this resistance. It's like there's a big wall in my brain. And the thing I need to do is just locked on the other side of it. And for some reason, the wall just feels impenetrable. It feels like the Great Wall of China. And I know that if I could just get through that wall, I'd be golden. But it feels way too big right now. And that is so frustrating because I know who I want to be. And this wall is stopping me from being that person. So even though I have this wall, what if I could give the wall a name? Maybe a name like Herbert. Or whatever you choose. You can choose one right now. Jenna's one is called Craig. Excellent. Actually, take a moment, put the name of the wall in the chat. I want to see your wall's name. Bob, Dumbo, Sally, Walter, Ron, Gremlin, Rupert, Bernice, Wanker Wall. Great. Love this. Bitch, Jeffrey, Bozo. Okay, love these. All right, let's go back to this. Even though I have this wall whose name is, fill in the blank, and I see this wall and its dumb little face, I choose to accept this wall. I choose to just acknowledge that this wall exists. Because the really shitty twist to the story is that I created this wall. I put that wall there myself. I actually constructed it brick by brick because the fear of expansion is too great. So this wall is my super genius way of keeping myself in stasis, keeping myself safe and undisturbed, like a baby bird in a nest. But eventually, baby bird wants to fly. And so it's time to knock this fucking wall down. In whatever sexy way feels good to me. Maybe I'll use a bulldozer or one of those swinging demolition balls. In New Zealand, we called them a bommy knocker. I don't know if you guys call them that. Maybe I'll use a pickaxe. Maybe I'll hire Bruce Lee's ghost to just punch his way through it. Maybe I'll burrow underneath it like a weasel. Or some other amazing way of destroying this wall. Maybe I'll use a pogo stick and go all over the top. Whatever it is, I get to choose to fuck up this wall however I want to. Chrissy's going to have a sexy man do it for her. I love to hear it. Watch his muscles gleam as he just destroys that thing. Yes, Magic Mike style. So as I start to demolish this wall in my mind, it's quite fun to watch. The person that I want to become is getting closer, and she's getting bigger, and she's getting more colorful and real. And maybe that's a little bit scary. Maybe it's a little bit intimidating. So I'm going to drink some water and I'm going to tap on it. All right. Take a deep breath in, hold it at the top and let it go. All right. Grab your water, have a sip, and tell me what is happening in your mind right now. So many tears already. The wall is gone already. I'm honestly ready. I'm ready. I've been ready. I'm sick of my own shit. Relief. I'm so ready. Oh, great comments. I want to break it down, but I'm scared of what's on the other side. Great visualization of how I get in my own way. I actually know that I can easily walk around that wall. I've got the song Sledgehammer stuck in my head now. Have you heard Harry Styles' cover of Sledgehammer live? It's so amazing. You should look it up. It's on YouTube. Was more emotional than I expected. As I blew the wall down, I saw my reflection. I truly am becoming more colorful. Yes. Love it. Okay, let's start here on the top of the head and let's start doing this. All right. As I'm tapping on the top of my head, I'm visualizing the very last of this wall dissipating. In whatever way I'm using. Maybe I'm using a few different techniques, but either way, I see this wall going away. And soon all that's left is a little pile of bricks, so small. And now that the wall is gone and the sky on the other side is clear blue and beautiful, I'm faced with this action that I know I want to start taking. And I can feel that there is a little bit of, the visual I'm getting is like, you know, when you're frying an egg and the edges get all curly, it's kind of curly around the edges. Like I'm ready, but there's some curliness about it. And so even though I feel this little bit of curly something or other, deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. It's okay for me to be afraid and resistant, because that is the human condition. And unfortunately, I am a human. I have not yet transitioned to my full fairy princess self, or whatever it is that I fantasize about when I'm sick of being a human. And so in my humanness, I do feel resistance. I do feel fear. But the difference now, especially now that this wall is gone, is that every day I get to choose to put bricks in that wall and reconstruct it. Or I get to say, fuck you, wall. I'm doing it. Whether you like it or not. I spit in your face, wall. I am infinitely more powerful than you. And as an infinitely powerful being, I get to choose whether I am going to resist my awesome destiny or whether I am going to embrace it. whether I'm going to live an epic life or whether I'm going to live a small one. And whether I'm going to take the daily action that truly will catapult my life, or whether I'm going to feel too tired or not ready or not sure, which are all bullshit excuses for just being afraid. My desire is more powerful than my fear. My desire is more powerful than my resistance. My desire is more powerful than my need to be small. And if I choose, my desire can lead me to everything I want. Or I can say, fuck it and stay in bed. But I know what that feels like in my soul. And so I choose to take the challenging daily action instead. Because this is the kind of person I want to be. This is what I want to teach my kids. This is what I want to demonstrate to my friends. This is how I want to inspire not just myself, but the community around me. And what if I asked myself every day, how can I be my own greatest inspiration today? I don't need to look outside myself for someone to idolize. I can just choose to be fucking better every day. And how goddamn good would that feel? To know that I'm not competing with anyone else. Just improving every day. 1% better every day. You know, that makes you 365% better by the end of the year, right? The shit adds up and it matters. So fuck a wall. I refuse to rebuild it. And I choose to take my daily action instead. And so it is. Take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top and let it go. And drink your water. Cha-ching. Hillary, you better be putting your shoes on right now. Let's fucking go. Off to do my physio for today now. Yes. Wow, I feel so fucking good. Kelly says, I'm infinitely more powerful than a wall. I mean, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are more powerful than a wall. Fuck that wall. Fuck that wall. And every time you feel that wall, remember that you've created it, which means you can destroy it. It's your wall and you get to do what you want with it. You can knock a hole in it and put a window in it if you want to. But my suggestion, I liked Chrissy's one where she was like, I'm just going to hire a hot man to do it. Yes. Put some baby oil on him, give him a big sledgehammer and watch him do the work for you. Beautiful. So Courtney is going to put you in some breakout rooms if you want to meet each other. And also, I shared on my Instagram stories today about a really fun, awesome project that I am doing with the Awaken Breathwork people, as well as Natalia Benson, Victoria Washington, and Krista Williams. You should definitely check it out. It's really groovy and you're going to love it. I love you all. I'll see you next week. Have a beautiful week. Fuck that wall. Fuck that wall. You're so much more powerful.